All right, you guys. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone. How are you guys? I woke up from like a weird amount of mini dreams. Now, this is something new that has been happening for the past maybe year or two, where I have all these mini dreams instead of one long dream. And if you guys hear beeping or any trucks moving in the background, it's because they're working on the street right now. So hopefully I can get out to go to work. I don't fucking know. So last night I had a bunch of mini dreams in one. They're gonna be really loud right now. I might have to move this to the bathroom. Yep. I had to move y'all to the bathroom because they're tearing up the street over there. I guess they're redoing the whole road. I'm not really sure what's going on. But I had a bunch of mini dreams last night, and one of them was I was walking down a street by myself. I wasn't even with my dog, and it was very like rurally, so not a lot of houses were there. And I went by a few different kinds of trees and bushes that kind of stuck out a little bit. When I went by like this big one bush or whatever, I just remember that in my dream I turned around and I was just like, what is that? Like, and then I shouted out, I see you. And it was like this gigantic, I don't even know how to describe this thing. There's no monster that comes to mind that like resembled this, but let's take the base of the Stranger Things, the one that was in Stranger Things, the season 1, like how it was tall and skinny. Let's take that base, but the whole head was more like Alien from Alien versus Predator. So I was just like, I see you, and then it like steps out further into the street and pokes its head, and it's just staring at me, and I wasn't afraid. I kind of was just staring at it, and it was like 8 feet tall. Like, it was very, very tall, long arms that could almost reach the floor, and I was just like really confused by it. And then all of a sudden, boom, new dream. So this dream, apparently I was a retail worker. I was back younger. I was like maybe 18, 19. It looked like a Target, kind of Kmart vibe. I've never worked at a Target or a Kmart or anything of that such. And my family came in, which was my mom, my stepdad, and my 2 younger siblings. They came in to shop, and I was like walking with them, talking with them a little bit, like, oh, da da da. And my little brother was only like 9, I think, in my dream. He was young. Like, everybody was young. It was weird. And I was like looking at him, and I just like hugged him, and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, Johnny, you remember that time you got lost at Macy's, bro? Like, you were crying and crying. This is when he was like 3 or 4. He was crying and crying and crying, but he didn't want to ask anybody for help, so we had to get like the security and the officers in the mall to help us find him. And he was just crying when we ended up finding him, and he was just like, I remember that, yeah. And I was like, I'm so happy we found you. Like, I can't believe like you like walked off like that. Like, this dream was so weird, you guys. And then after I told him the story, and he was like, yeah, I remember, blah blah blah, boom, new dream. And I was like, oh my god, what is happening to my brain right now? So in this new dream, I was living in a townhouse kind of home. It had 3 floors, and apparently I had this boyfriend that my mom knew who he was before us getting together, kind of thing. And I guess in my dream, like, we were really affectionate. Side note, I'm not really an affectionate person in real life. So in my dream, we were really affectionate, like holding hands and hugging and sitting next to each other and snuggling and all of that. And my mom came home from work and she was like, "Oh, I see you two are getting along." And I was like, "Shut up, Mom, you're so funny." And then my stepdad came home from work as well. And my mom gave me like a look like, "Oh, be careful." And I was like, "Oh shit." So I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, you mind just sitting up? Because like in my house it's kind of like disrespectful to be like that." You know what I mean? So he was like, "Oh yeah, no worries." But then at the same time, I'm like, "Who the f are you?" Like in my dream, I let the dream obviously take over, do its thing. But in the back of my head in my dream, I was like, "Who the f are you? Where am I? What's happening? What? Like, okay." Okay, I guess this is happening. What the hell? I just remember like the 3-story house, like townhouse or whatever, like all the rooms were really small, nothing was gigantic, and the TV was on downstairs. My younger brother was passed out on the couch, and the kitchen light was on, and that's when I went upstairs, and I was like, I went to lay down in my bed. Yeah, like, what? I'm so confused. I have like this weird, creepy, alien, demonic dream. Then it jumps to this like fake memory dream. Then it jumps to like a dream that's completely, entirely made up. What? I don't know, guys, but that's just... Oh, I forgot to say what day it was today. So today is September 25th. Payday, baby! Anyways, I know today's entry was really boring. Like, it just made absolutely no sense. I'm also running a little late, so I have to get dressed. That's why I kind of had to rush this story. But yeah, that was basically the gist of it. It wasn't like, nothing was correlated. Nothing was flowing. It was kind of like, I feel like maybe when I was asleep, I was like deep sleeping and then I woke up into light sleep, which is why the dream kept ending and changing. So I don't know. It's just really weird to me. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have multiple dreams a night, if you have one long dream, if you don't dream at all. Let me know down below. You guys have a good one. And I hope you guys will subscribe and click on that bell for notifications. Okay, bye.